Hi YouTube! So today I'm gonna be covering up my composition book. I want to alter it so I can use it as my cookbook. I really need one. So for now I just picked the papers for the outside cover and I'm gonna go with this one. It's really cool. I got it at Joann. It says Kiss the Cook, come and get it. You know, just like it's more, a little bit more like for a cookbook, so dinner time. So I'm gonna use this, and then for this part I will be using the blue one. I think it matches the blue one right here, so I'm gonna be using those two. And my book says that it's 9 3/4 inches by 7.5, but it is not. It's shorter, so make sure that you measure it and don't trust the measurements right here. I'm sure that they all are different because I measured 2 of my books and they had a difference from the same store and it's the same brand. It's the Dollar Tree composition books, but just make sure that you measure them. And then I'm not going to cut my paper like till here, because then I don't have enough. There will be just a small part left. It's not enough for the whole thing on the back. So I will just cut this 12 by 12 paper in half, so it will cover like this part, and then the rest of it I will be covering up with the blue paper. So I kind of saved myself a little bit of paper because I only have, I think, 2 sheets of this one. So I'm gonna be doing that. So first thing I will be doing is cut this one in half. I will pick what I like most, which side I like most, and I will go with that. And yeah, let's just do that. So I did cut it slightly longer because I just didn't want it to be too short. I can always cut off a piece once I'm done and have it on my cover, but if it's too short, there's nothing I can do. So I'm gonna be I will go ahead and adhere this one to the composition book and the back one also. Just make sure that you line everything up. And I'm going to be using double-sided tape. I find that it's easier, I don't know, easier to do it both ways, I guess. I will put one tape right here, and then the rest of it I will put on my paper. So except for this one, because I think once I have it here, I don't want it to be sticky all around it, because then it will just stick to everything. So I will leave this part out and put it here on the book, and the rest I will put on here, if it makes any sense to you. So now I will take this part off and I will go here first before I take off all of those parts. You have to be careful and just make sure that it all lines up, because you won't be able to move it afterwards. I have some excess here in the corners and a little bit up here, so I will just cut it off with my knife and round the corners while I do so. So this is what we got for here, and I will just go around the edges and, I don't know, buff it out, I guess. I'm not sure how you call this, but you just go like straight down, so the paper kind of goes into the book. I'm really not sure how you call this, but then you won't see this I'm not sure if the cam will pick it up. Like right now there is a line right here. So you can see that there is a paper over the cover. But once you go around the edges, it will disappear. So this is what I'm going to be doing right now. I'll just make sure that it all looks nice and smooth. So I did just a little bit because I'm still going to put something on this part. I will do the same thing I did here with my second piece of paper on the back. Just the same thing. So this is what we got so far, and now I want to cover up the spine, and I will cover it up with a blue piece of paper. So I will probably do like till here. Maybe it's like around 1.5 to 2 inches. I will cut off 4 inches and then I will see. So I cut off 2 pieces now, just in case I want to make more books, because one cookbook is not enough for me, and just in case I need it, I have it already pre-cut, so I don't have this big piece of paper. However, now I want to see if I measured it right. I will kind of just lay it around it. So the length is perfect. And I think the measurements are just good. So I'm gonna go with that. I will just kind of push on the side. I don't want to square it or anything because the spine is round, so I will just keep it like that. Then I know exactly where I have to put my spine once I want to glue it down. Now I will start at the back because I might want to do something to the front of it. So we'll just go to the back, and this is my back side. So I'm gonna put some tape down here. And now I just want to adhere it to the back of my book. And there it is. So now I don't have to worry that it's not going to be straight or whatever right here. If I want to put a ribbon up here. I have this blue ribbon, so like that. I think it gives the whole thing a little bit of something. So I like to have something here. So before you stick this side down, make sure that you have everything you wanted. If you want a ribbon, you should do it before that so it stays in there. So I will just go ahead and glue the ribbon down in the back so it doesn't move around. And I will glue this flap to my book. So this is how it looks like. I also don't want my ribbon to move around too much up here. So I will just go ahead and stick it down on 2 or 3 spots. So this is what we got for now. I have the ribbon. I might cut it off a little here. I will see how it works out. So now I want to put some paper down on the insides. I got the same measurements I did for the top part. Now I cut the two papers, and I forgot to tell you that you should be cutting them shorter, because if you go all the way in there, it's cardstock and it's going to make it hard to close your book. So I don't know, how much is it, a fourth of it, half of an inch here, so leave a gap in there. Now I'm going to just stick it in the front and in the back of my book. Now I want to make some dividers. First of all, I'm gonna buff it out here, because now you can see again that it's 2 layers of paper. So I will just go in the other direction and make it smooth. And what I've done, while I was working on my edges here, I was thinking I still don't like how it looks like, and I figured I could maybe use some ink and ink it up. So I was going for yellow or red or blue. I tried it out on my pad here, but I didn't like either of them. And then I remembered that I do have silver from Target Dollar Spot, and I do have silver right here in my ribbon. So I want to go ahead and just go all around the edges with my silver ink, because I think this is gonna look pretty. And you can use them for a lot of things, because I don't really like the ink for stamping, but you can use them to just like ink up something. So I will just do so, and I think it looks much better. I will ink it up so I have a little bit of ink visible right here, and I want the ink be right there where the 3 layers are. Now I wish I would have thought about it before I glued this one down, because I could have went here with the same thing, but I'm gonna try and use my silver pen and just draw a line right here, and I'm gonna do it in the back because if it doesn't work out, it's in the back. You know, I didn't mess up the whole book. So I will just put the ruler right onto the line. Oh, I think that was not too bad. I don't know if you can see it, but there is just a slight line right here. So I guess I can do it in the front now. Hopefully I won't mess it up. Alright, I think this looks much better. Now I'm also gonna go here. I will just go with some silver over the pages so they are not super white. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a little bit, a touch of silver on there. So this is good so far. I like it so far. This is my very first composition book which I altered that much, so I never did this before. And actually the whole purpose of this channel is to show people that you could do everything and anything. I mean, my whole life I considered myself not being able to craft, because everybody told me I can't craft. So I figured, okay, I can't craft. And when I saw the people crafting, I was like, oh my god, I want to do the same, but I can't craft, right? So I never tried. And I think I started crafting last year, September September or October, so it's just a couple months. And from zero, this is how far I've come. I think I can craft now. So it's just for people who really never did this before, just to show you that it's really easy. So if I can do it, and I can craft, right? You can do it too. So the only thing left is to make some dividers, because this is probably gonna be my chicken book. So I like to divide my recipes by the meats, because I like to shop for meats on sale. So if I see something on sale like chicken thigh, I would like to have all the recipes which are using chicken thigh in one spot. So because the meats and poultry are the most expensive in your dinner, I go by that. So that's why I would need 3 dividers, I think. I would need thigh and chicken breast and Costco chicken. I like to make stuff with Costco chicken, so I will make 3 dividers, and I will also make a pocket right here, because I do print my recipes. When I find something on Pinterest I want to try, I will just go ahead and print it out and try them over the week, and if we like them, I'll keep them. So if there's recipes I need to glue down or try out, I could stick them into the pocket right here. So that's why I need a pocket, and I need like a side pocket. So if I make a pocket on the bottom, it's first of all not gonna fit, I think, and then it will be like all hanging out here. I don't like that. So I'm gonna make one just here. And for that, I'm gonna be using another piece of paper. I will be using one of those pieces I had. It's just the same color like this one, but I'm thinking that I'm gonna put it here and then use either some washi or something to decorate the side so it doesn't look like same and same, but it's still the same color. I don't know, I'm a person who likes to match things. I don't really like to have a lot of different things. I don't think my mind works like that, so I can't mix colors a lot. So, however, I will just put it right here, and then I will see where I want my pocket to end. Probably here. And I will just cut a line from here where I want it to end, right to the edge here. So yeah, this is big enough. I checking it with my recipes I got already. So I just need to know if I could stick them in and then glue them down later. So this should be enough. I'm going to glue it right here on the edge. Because I'm not gonna stick a lot of stuff in here, probably up to like 3 recipes. I don't really need to make this pocket like opening up more, so if I would make something right here to push it up, but I don't need this, so I'm gonna leave it like that. And I just want to decorate it with some washi tape, just so it's not same on same, I guess. And I'm gonna be using the washi tape I got from Michael's because it's kind of bluish. Alright, so this is what we got. A pocket right here. I put some washi tape on here too, so you know I can see where the pocket starts. And it's right here, and I really only need a couple of the recipes to go in there. So I don't need a lot, and I'm not gonna keep stuff in my cookbook. Now I need the dividers, and I'm gonna make 3 like I said. Alright, I pre-cut my papers for the dividers, And I also put some washi tape right here because I wanted to cover up the white part. So I just used the thin blue washi for this part. And since this is a little bit too short, and I don't want it to be longer anyways, so I can close the book, I will use some washi here after I'm done putting this down. Now I'm gonna just adhere it to the first page. Just like that, and then I will put some more washi right here on the side. So now all I have to do is to make my tabs for the dividers. So I'm just gonna stick them on here. Very easy. I will just use some glue. So this is what we got. I think it turned out to be pretty. This is the very first one I made. So this is my first time. I made it on camera for the first time. I had a couple mistakes. I would have liked to have this part inked up before I put it on it, but it didn't work like that. And I think maybe my spine could have been not too far out here, but that's actually okay. I don't think it looks bad like this. So everything else worked out pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna have like a pocket in the back. If I need one, I have more paper, so I will make one, but for right now I don't want to put too much paper in it because I don't want it to be too bulky. So I want it to be just like that. Well, I will be making a couple more, and I'm not gonna make a tutorial once again, but I might just make them in for a part 2, like fast forward, and just show you how they look like. But this is it for today. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you will try to make it, and let me know if you liked it. Have a good day. Bye bye.